Good morning. I thought I'd just show you this. This is one of the locks from the house. It's actually from the back bedroom for my son's room. And he was quite keen on getting the locks working on these. It's got the normal catch, you know, with the doorknob each side. But it's got these little slide locks. I've just freed off, you know, took it apart and took out all the paint in there that was holding it solid. And yeah, they work fine. So what I shall do is I shall get these locks stripped. I shall do that at home. Sort of an evening job really, and spray them the colour they were originally. Yeah, that'll be great. Yes, it's welcome to Ralph's house. Well, Tuesday the 24th of March. I'll tell you, it's like the apocalypse out there. There's, you know, for a Tuesday, you expect to see traffic, almost nothing. Everybody's staying at home, and rightly too. But, on a more positive note, and we don't want to be all doom and gloom, do we? Ralph's house continues. Yes. And I'll tell you why it does, because, for one thing, I'm only going between my house and an empty house, so I don't actually come into contact with anyone. It's giving me the exercise I need, and it's very essential that I continue with it, you know, otherwise, you know, we're going to be in big trouble. I did a bit of little research last night. Places like Toolstation and B&Q are being deemed as necessary outlets, and that seems only right. I mean, if you get a plumbing leak or something, where are you going to get the bits? You know, so these places will continue to operate, albeit on reduced hours. I think Toolstation is doing something like 7 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. They're just doing a slightly shorter day. And I believe Aldi is likely to cut its hours from, instead of 9 p.m, it'll be 8 p.m. And of course Lidl will soon follow, and a lot of the other supermarkets, there will be reduced hours. There's not a lot of point in them opening in the evening if they're just not getting the footfall, and I don't blame them for that. So, a couple of things I thought about yesterday. Well, actually, when I got home and I watched yesterday's video, if you remember, I was in the box room, and I'll tell you what crossed my mind. You know, I'd got a porch light that I unscrewed down here, and I don't know what that board is. It probably is asbestos, because it's 1930s. And no bother, I mean, you just don't disturb it, do you? But I'll tell you what I'm thinking. And see if you agree with me. Right, I put that new cable through that hole. But what I think is, judging by the dust imprint, this piece of wood, that is what the light fitting was screwed to. I mean, the fact it's loose under the floor isn't great. Now, what I did with the landing light is I put a flat board across the bottom and 2 pieces of wood each end screwed to the joist. So basically I'd got a firm fixing when I came up through the pendant, so you've actually got something to screw to, and that's what I'm going to do here. The other consideration I've got, and why I didn't put the boards down yesterday, let's get this right, that area there is the porch beneath. So all there is between this room and the outside air is the floorboards and this thin board here. So I'm thinking that section should have fiberglass insulation in it. Would you not agree? Yeah, lateral thinking. So that's something I'm going to do today. And fortunately, there is way too much loft insulation up in the loft. So no problem to pinching off to fill that. So I'll be doing that. So I need to make a board to go across, screw to the joists each side, which gives a firm fixing for the porch light, because this stuff, I don't know what it is, but it's not in no way is that strong enough to take a light fitting. It's ridiculous. So it needs a proper bracing piece in. So I'll do that and put some glass fibre in. That's the job for today. And on the subject, the plan was to get a carpet fitter in on this coming Monday to come and carpet these 3 rooms, and that I would move in on the 5th. Now, for starters, the move is not going to happen. It just can't be done, because for me to move, you know, I need people that I mean, lucky enough I've got my sister and my brother-in-law that were going to help me, but because they don't live in the same household, they can't do it. And it would be exactly the same with a removal company. They just wouldn't be able to do it, wouldn't be able to operate, and it's not an essential service. So I can move small items in my little car, that's not a bother, but as far as moving, I can't, and I'm going to have to continue to stay where I am. Not through my own choice, but that's, you know, we live in unprecedented times, don't we? And also, I don't know whether the carpet fitter was able to get the carpet. So he may not be able to do it either. I'm going to ring him a little later on and see what the state of play is. But on the plus side, it means I get more time. Yes, and it also means you get more Ralph's house. So it's not all bad, is it? You know? Remember I filled this thing yesterday? Well, I filled it up with bonding plaster, which will have now gone off nicely, sits below the surface. But, you know, when people move light pendants, there's always that horrible little circle on the ceiling where it was. That's because whoever did it did a messy job. If you kind of look at this texture, you see what it's like? So what I'm thinking is, I will sand the edges around that to bring it down a bit. I will put a layer of polyfiller on it so it's nicely flat. I will sand that, and then when it's gone off, I will put another layer of, well, a thin layer of polyfiller, and I will swirl it around with my fingers to replicate that pattern. And I don't think you'll ever know there was a pendant there. That's my plan for that. That's another thing I thought about last night. But otherwise, we are somewhat limited. I can of course continue putting the cables through. I can continue painting, at least until the paint runs out. So yes, we're going to have a busy job, but I think just to kind of warm me up, we'll put a layer, well actually I'll sand that first, get a bit of sanding on it, and we'll put a layer of polyfiller and get it flat first, and then later on we'll see if we can get a pattern on it, and then we'll perhaps give it a coat of paint and see if it stands out. Right, so what I've done, I've put a layer of polyfiller in that, so it's level with, well, the flattest part of the paper, and just feathered it around the edge, and used just a very damp sponge, just to sort of spread it out so there's nothing pronounced. Once that's gone off later on, I'll put another layer on and see if we can kind of match that texture. Well, the one good thing about fitting these is I can charge my phone up. Yeah, worth it for that. Can't go wrong, can you really? Well, I always keep forgetting my charger when I bring it over here, and my phone's normally gone flat by about 3 o'clock, especially if I'm videoing. So a real plus. Yes, don't know how long they'll last, but we'll see. Still attacking this front bedroom. This is one with all the flaky paint. Well, I've gone over that with electric sander, and of course it's left patches where the paint had peeled, so just giving it a coat of PVA, at least on all the spots, and then gone over it with fine filler. I keep saying polyfiller, it's a trade name. It's not, it's actually B&Q's own Dial brand. You get a sort of, not a huge sack, but you get several bags of it for about £8. It's a pretty good deal really, and good for this sort of stuff. So I've just, I have been across this with a sander, like I say, but I've now gone and filled in all the low spots. That ceiling rose, I need to look at that as well. So it'll be a bit of a sanding day tomorrow, I think. And try and get all the spots on the ceiling. There's not so many on the ceiling. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to still end up putting lining paper on this, but at least if I can get it flat, I'm not going to have lumpy lining paper. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, by and large, it's coming up all right. I just keep finding little spots. You know what it's like when you're decorating. You do a coat of paint, you think, oh, where did that dent come from? And like I say, this is why you do mist coats. Yes. So I think I'll switch over to a bit of white. I am a bit, well, I'm not despondent, I'm quite upbeat. Because I think it is what it is at the moment. And thank goodness we had the house party Saturday, because, oh boy, did that nail a lot of it. But if the carpet fitter can't fit the carpet when he'd planned to, on the positive side, it gives me more time. On the negative side, I can't move. But you know, it is what it is. We'll live with it. So I think what I will do is take the nets home today and give them a wash, because they're a bit brick dust coloured. I'd rather it looked sort of at least presentable at the front while I'm doing this. And as I say, tomorrow when I come back, I will sand all the way up here and get this flat, and that should be ready for paint. I'm running out quite quickly of the paint I used to paint the walls. I've got enough to paint that, and that, but I won't have in the base, so I'm thinking, I don't think anybody's going to notice if it's a slightly different shade of white, so that's what I'll do. I'll use that remainder of paint on these walls and go and search downstairs for another paint. I'm actually doing the ceiling cream, which is unusual, but I'll tell you what, when you've got the coving up, white walls and a cream ceiling looks spot on. Really like the look of it. That may well be a Roy Meads trick, I don't know, but anyway, in the place I'm in at the moment, it's that colour, and I really do like it. It just also tends to bring the ceiling down a bit, because these are high ceilings. So it'll hopefully push the room out a bit and actually make it look bigger rather than taller. Yes. So right, what I've got to do now is I've got wires in this room that have terminated on the landing, and I need to start labelling those. You remember yesterday I was putting in these wall lights because I've got the channels for here, and you're thinking, what's going there? Look at the front door, right? That's what's going there. Plush or what? And something like a, so not purple, but like a deep maroon and pink wall lights. Oh, would that look nice or what? You can see where I'm coming from, can't you? The only thing is, these lights are 1930s, and they wouldn't really comply nowadays. For starters, this fitting's metal, so it's got to be earthed. So what I'm thinking is, see an ordinary back box, lateral thinking, I need to drill 2 holes like that in the back. If I've got a back box on the wall, I can screw it directly to that. It also means the cable's got something to terminate in. You can put a chop block in or whatever and connect the light accordingly. Yeah, because I was trying to think how to do that, but that's what's got to be done. 2 back boxes. And not all light fittings, but quite a few light fittings have got that screw spacing. Unfortunately, they don't all follow a convention, but that makes that nice and easy to fit a wall light. And safe, of course. Oh, wouldn't that look nice with those each side? Yeah. My plan is, you see, I've got lots of plans, but because this is such an amazing front door, what, you know, with most 1930s houses, you come through the door and you think, oh, look at that, especially the outside's painted gloss black, which is what I'm thinking. But when you come to the hallway, you think, oh. But so what I'm going to do is continue the theme right through. So if you picture this sort of like a bit like a 1930s Art Deco theatre, oh, would look nice. All the way up the stairs, continue up, Hollywood posters as you go up. I've already bought one. I bought It's a Wonderful Life, Jimmy Stewart. Fabulous film. Just all the really classic, wonderful films all the way up. And as it gets onto the landing, I've got some Americana stuff that would fit in nice with that and carry the whole look through. No, I'm not going to entirely conventional. So, but what I want really is, so you come through this hallway and you've got through the door and you think, oh, I like this. Ralph's house. What do you reckon? Comments below. Thumbs up or thumbs down. See what you think. Come on, ideas. We've got an Art Deco staircase there. We could sort of introduce a kind of jazz theme, I suppose. Like I say, I did think of like painting 2 spindles black, then a white, then 3 spindles black, then a white, then 2 spindles black. You know, like piano keys. That's one idea. Maybe black and white tiles on the hall floor. You know. Can't do much about the stair lift at the moment. That doesn't matter. And maybe right in the corner, a little shelf with an Art Deco figure, a woman holding aloft a light. Come on, ideas, comments below. Anyway, that's it for today. Very short one because of circumstances, and I'm not going to go all over that. We don't need the depression of it. Come on, cheer up. It's not the end of the world. You've still got Ralph's house. That's it. See you tomorrow. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe.